We are live. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I know it's been a long time. Shocker. But I'm back with a special guest. I'm back with Dr. Weizfeld from the Buddhist movement. You want to introduce yourself to the audience for those who don't know who you are? Doctor?
I'm having trouble here because I'm getting an echo from, I think somebody else's microphone should be turned off.
Is it working?
Now, I can hear you better now. Yeah, I don't get the echo. Good.
All right. I was going to say this. Do you want to introduce yourself to the audience, to people who don't know who you are?
Oh, there's a feedback happening as well. We're getting previous words being repeated on top of the current words.
Oh, you're talking about the ticker thing that I got, which is basically the banner on here.
No, not the banner, not the ticker.
Oh.
It's the audio. The audio is repeating itself. There's a loop.
Oh wait, how basically join? Oh wait, how about join and then rejoin? Or wait, leave or just rejoin again?
Okay, I'll do that. I don't see how to disconnect.
There's a part that says...
Oh, yes, I see it now, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wait here while we have some technical difficulties at the moment. Do. Ah, shit. Oh, here he is. Okay, is it working?
I think so, yeah. It seems like it's clear.
Okay, so want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay. So it seems like just hearing the loop that I am, so like nowadays, my first identity is as a doctor of political science. Not a academic of history, not an academic of literature, not an academic of linguistics. No, I'm a doctor of political science, which is what we're talking about, which is necessary to study in order to understand international politics. The reason why I studied political science is because I come from a political family of survivors of the Holocaust. And my mother raised me as a Jewish Bundist, a revolutionary socialist, who escaped from the Warsaw Ghetto in Poland in 1940, about a month after the Nazis occupied the city, with the permission of the so-called Soviet Union at the time, of course. So her brother, went into the forest across the border in Russia, which was nearby, to form a resistance base. And Bundist resistance of the partisans was never defeated by the Nazis. We were surrounded, but we continued to resist and formed the first line of resistance against the Nazi invasion of the Soviet Union, which had already dissolved its partisan units, had not prepared its military units, and was thrown into a crisis as a result. But the partisans initiated the resistance to the Nazi occupation, which eventually succeeded. And so my mother and my father, who was more so from the Jewish modern Orthodox tradition in the south of the country in Lublin, made it out. I was conceived in a refugee camp in Wetzlar, and then was born in Toronto, Canada.
Damn.
My first language is English. I had to teach myself English, and then I learned French, and now I'm learning Arabic. So I'm
Oh wow.
here to tell you what I've learned and what we can do, in order to facilitate the what I call the revolutionary socialist process that is underway and happening now here and everywhere in the world. We're entering to a period of permanent
Uh-huh.
revolution, or the third world revolution against the first world, which is the thing as far as I'm concerned.
Hmm. So tell us a bit about the Bundist movement, which you are chair of.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my mother and my brother, they were simple members of the Jewish Bund in Warsaw. They weren't, famous leaders or anything like that. But they were the
Hmm.
base of the activist base and the ones who enabled the Jewish Bund to survive. And my mother and I, were like secret collaborators, ever since I was a kid, to oppose Zionism. And we were the predominant, political tendency of the Jewish working class in Eastern Europe at the time between the wars. But the Zionists took over after all our members were killed by the Nazis, of course. So it seems as if, the Zionists have the leadership of the Jewish people, and the Jewish people are represented by the Zionist parties. But this is not true. The Jewish people are actually represented by the Jewish Bund, together with their Mizrahi organizations, because the Jewish Bund didn't exist amongst the Mizrahi, Jewish Arabs. So we have an alliance, a new alliance to be formed in order to give voice to the interests of the Jewish working class again. But we're only in the process of doing so, and it's a very difficult process
Hmm.
because so few of our members actually survived the Holocaust. And in the West, the Jewish Labor Bund, as it's called, we each had a chapter within the worker circles buildings, in each of the cities in North America. They were totally intimidated by the Zionists. They were afraid not to be, well, threatened, their family discredited, boycotted, etc., ostracized. Having family disputes that's happened in my family. So they just shut up. They didn't transmit the Bundesliga to their children. Now their chapters are dissolving because they don't have a new generation to keep them going. So the continuation of the
Oh,
Jewish Bund is now the Jewish Socialist Bund, not the Jewish Labor Bund. And we are a revolutionary socialist, not, social democratic organization like the Jewish Labor Bund,
oh wow. That's pretty interesting. Um, the other thing as well is I was also gonna ask you about like Zionism for like those who don't know what Zionism is, and basically how it's basically crap, cat caught my tongue, but how
Yeah.
basically like Zionism is basically um being seen as like is basically like some generalization of like Jewish people where everyone thinks Jewish people are like Zionists or some shit like that. And that supposedly they're all pro-Israel.
Okay. Talking about Zionism. Well, classical terms, what Zionism
Hmm.
is what a lot of people call bourgeois nationalism. Okay, I mean, bourgeois nationalism
Hmm.
claims the right to Jewish self-determination, and what they are actually talking
Yeah.
about, is the self-determination for themselves, as a bourgeoisie. They want to have control of a state. The state guarantees their security and guarantees their future expansion. So the
Yeah.
Jewish people, on the other hand, is another matter, and this is very evident if you look at the demographics. Because the majority of the Jewish people don't even live in Israel, don't want to go to live in Israel, and will not go to live in Israel because they are
Hmm.
Americans or Canadians or Brazilians or Argentinian. That's their homeland. This is our homeland. So why should we leave our homeland? And be chased
Sure.
by some insane fascists, white supremacists. Aren't we supposed to give up
Yeah.
the fight against white supremacism and run away and hide in a
Oh,
little
I
corner?
said yeah.
No way. That's the Jewish pundit's
Hmm.
definition of what Zionism is, and
Hmm.
its credibility as far as we're concerned, which is zero. We will not accept such a condition in which we become the same as what our oppressors have been in the past, and isolate the Palestinians into ghettos. I went and told the military, right there at the Hawara checkpoint when we were demonstrating, what do you think this is? A ghetto? They looked at me and didn't say anything,
Yeah.
because I never thought of it before. And it is a ghetto, they control the entrance to the Nablus, and they recently, kept on shutting it down, during the current intifada, and they're trying to punish the Palestinians and make them turn against, the resistance movement. So, I mean, to the extent that it is a
Yeah.
resistance movement, because it's merely explosions of anger, by individuals, who seek to
Hmm.
have some kind of revenge, because of a loss in their family. That's about as far as the resistance had gone. But now it's organized into a brigade in Jenin and Nablus, which are autonomous from any of the political parties and include, activists from all the political parties, and they are resisting successfully. So the Zionist military cannot come into Nablus, in the middle of the night and take away whoever they want. It's not,
Hmm.
like a fishing pond, for the Zionist occupation anymore. It's changed the rules of the game. So uh, this is
Yeah.
this is the way it is now, and
Um,
the Jewish solidarity with the Palestinian resistance, for self-determination, is a people's self-determination, not a
yeah.
self-determination of the national bourgeoisie. You know, and the people, they know it too. They resent the Palestine Authority for being just a bourgeoisie, in formation. And the Palestinian bourgeoisie, they even have their own village with an entranceway that's lined with palm trees. It looks really beautiful when you drive by it on the highway, but it's just for the Jewish national
Yeah.
bourgeoisie. But they have failed, just as in any third world revolution. The national bourgeoisie fails to
Hmm.
liberate the country, from external domination, and so the lumpen, unemployed, who are like 45% of the population, the Palestinian working class, which are mainly employed, by the United States, who lets in 160,000 Palestinians every morning to work in Israel, inside 48 Israel. They will determine what's going to
Yeah.
happen in this liberation struggle. And, they're not even organized as a union yet. But imagine if the Palestinian workers, just decide to go on a general
Hmm.
strike because a Palestinian was killed. And they announced that every time there's a Palestinian who's killed, then they will go on a one-day general strike. You know, this was
Hmm.
the outcome. They will have to stop killing Palestinians.
Yeah.
There's a question that was sent to
What was I
me.
gonna say? Oh, yeah. Oh, so what was the question that was sent to you? Sorry for interrupting you.
I'll get it right now. This is a question from Alexandria, Egypt.
Hmm.
And this is I get so many messages. I have to search for it now.
Oh crap. Ay, Dios mío.
Okay. Now this concerns the book that was recently translated into Arabic of mine that I wrote in Nablus over the period 2015 to 2018, over 3 years.
Tell us about it.
The title of the book is The Federation of Palestinian and Hebrew Nations. So it dismisses the state of Israel and talks about, the Hebrew nation as the civil society of the Israelis. So they become a national cultural autonomy and have equal rights, to Palestinian national cultural autonomy. But the Palestinians, of course, have the right of return. And I explain how this can happen, how it can be developed, in terms of a transitional program, a transitional period ending with the recognition of the Palestine state, which would enter in negotiations, with the Zionist state, which only exists by legal authorization of the 1947 UN General Assembly Partition Plan, which said that there should be two states established. They set up the frontiers of two states, and the frontier for the state of Israel was to be roughly the middle of what became Israel in 1948, because the Zionist military, went beyond the frontier line set by the partition plan. So they violated the partition plan. They, in effect, refused to accept the partition plan, and yet they claim that the Palestinians refused to accept the partition plan.
Oh, wow.
So we begin, with that.
Oh, yeah.
Legal precedent, and we say, well, okay, let's negotiate now. And we begin with the frontier set by the partition plan, of course. And then all of a sudden the Zionists will go crazy. So this is what's necessary, This is, a principled position on how to negotiate, not like the Palestinian Authority has done, in which, according to the Oslo Accords, the interim Accords of Oslo, 1993, the Palestinians, the PLO, Palestine Liberation Organization, recognized the state of Israel, but the state of Israel did not recognize the state of Palestine. And they promised to do so, in 5 years, but never did. Okay. So, that mistake's not to be repeated, and Hamas has learned from that mistake, and they now offer to recognize the state of Israel, actually. The Hamas government of Gaza. And they insist on the reciprocity that the state of Israel recognized the Palestinians for the purposes of negotiations. And to have a ceasefire. But, of course, and this current government, is even, annexed the West Bank under civilian control. They now consider the West Bank of Palestine to be part of Israel because they put it under the Ministry of the Interior, the right-wing, minister put into the position at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, this was not the case before. Before, it was under the martial law of Kogat. Kogat was the military, administration of the West Bank occupation, with a stated purpose, of facilitating, coexistence, etc., supposedly. But now it's under the Ministry of the Interior, but the Palestinians are not recognized as citizens. This is the question. Who is a citizen of the state of Israel? They're tempted to define this as only Jewish people, but they can't do that because 20% of the population within 48 Israel are Palestinians. And there's another 2%, another 2%, 3% who are Druze, who are also Arabs, but of slightly different, cultural perceptions. So, it's a big mess. And the nation state, is obsolete and is non-operative as well. So Israel is a failed state and a permanent state of war, in which its young people are pulled into the conscription process, both young men and young women, young men for nearly 3 years, and women for about 2.5 years, when they should be studying in university.
Yeah.
And all they're being taught, in the military is how to obey orders. Then they get
Uh,
to university and they cannot learn anymore. All they can do is, memorize, and any sort of cognitive ability is being destroyed by the Spartan state that's called Israel. Israel exists for itself and not for its people, not even the Jewish people. That's the way it is, and that's the way it will be until we get to the Zionist state. Now, the question I haven't found yet.
I would also
Alexandria in Egypt from Muhammad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try once more.
What was the question?
He's asking about the book. And as I remember it, he was asking me, how this, idea of a federation can be implemented, if you have presently, approximately equal populations in all the territory of Palestine. You have equal numbers, of Israelis and Palestinians, and they each have, extremists within their political culture. So how do you overcome, the inevitability of these extremists in each of the cultures, entering into a civil war with each other? Well, the danger of civil war not only exists, between Palestinians and Israelis, it exists between Israelis and Israelis. The right-wing Israelis openly declare, on radio talk shows, they want to kill all the Democrats and the leftists. What do they mean by Democrats and leftists? Those who want to give equal rights. And how big is the opposition, and why are they so concerned about, there being such an opposition as if it was threatening the continuation of the Zionist state? Well, there was a recent poll done as to what percentage of the Jewish Israelis support, Netanyahu's basic law that they passed a couple of years back, saying that Israel is a Jewish nation state. So they found that 33% of the Jewish Israeli population didn't support this law. The emphasis, from the media is about all the Israelis who do support it. And in the Jewish civil society, political culture of North America, this is all that's talked about. The Israelis want this law. But 33% don't support this law. That means they're not Zionists, effectively. The Jewish people who are majority, who live outside of Israel, are by definition not Zionists, because they don't go to live in Israel. So they contradict, what Zionism says, that Israel should be a state for all the Jewish people, and all the Jewish people should go to live in Israel. That's why they don't give a vote to Jewish people who don't live in Israel. I don't have a vote. The government of Israel is not elected by Jewish people, doesn't represent Jewish people, even though Netanyahu claims to be speaking on behalf of all the Jewish people. Not true.
Yeah. So, Netanyahu always claims that basically Israel is like a Jewish state. We represent Jewish people around the world, when that's not even the case at all.
Well, if we begin at the level of individual claims, how do you resolve a problem of whether or not a particular house or a piece of land or farmland belongs to the Palestinian or the Zionist colonists who came in there recently? Well, the Palestinian, as I've seen, and I have videoed in my videos on YouTube, have title deeds from the Ottoman Empire, that are like from 1897, etc. And you ask the Palestinian, okay, since the documents, you ask the Zionists, where's your title deed? Where do you get the authority, to take over this land here? And they show you something or other, from the Jewish Agency or the Jewish National Fund, probably. Or Israel Land Authority, that's what it's called. ILA, Israel Land Authority. And they claim ownership of all the land in Palestine, and they rent it to Jewish-only people for a lease that lasts 99 years. So the state is like a state capitalist state. It's like a military and a state and an economy all wrapped in one. This is what the Zionist ideology is all about. So the land belongs to the state and they rent it only to Jewish people. So let's put this into a judicial context. Okay, Palestinian files, legal claim to the land. So where should it go, for adjudication? The only way to get, adjudication that is, fair to both the Israeli and the Palestinian in terms of, the possible legal rights is a tripartite tribunal. This is what I call it. First of all, the Israeli judiciary offers, a judge to be included in the panel. The Palestinian judiciary also offer one of their judges, to be a member of the tripartite commission. Now, these first two judges then agreed to install a third judge, tripartite, three parts, who is either, Palestinian, Israeli, or an international judge. And the first two judges, the Israeli and Palestinian, have to agree as to who the suitable third judge is. Then they hear all the testimony, and then they adjudicate, by means of consensus. So all three judges have to agree on a settlement of a dispute. And it should be based upon legal precedent. So the Palestinian should be granted their land back. What happens to the Israeli? Well, they have to, find somewhere else to live. And if they want to live in the West Bank, they have to find, land that's available, if there is any land available. And if the land belongs to the Palestinian, then they would have to rent it from the Palestinian or buy it from the Palestinian, which would never be sold, of course. But if they want to rent land from Palestinians, that'd be another matter if the Palestinians want to allow such, a settlement. Now, as for the occupation of the Palestinian lands that have preceded, such a judicial decision-making process, that means that the Zionists have been living on land that belongs to Palestinians for a lengthy period of time. Of course, they would have to pay rent. So the judicial decision would also have to include, damages for loss of use of the land by Zionist occupation in the Zionist state, which is responsible because the land belongs to the state. They would have to pay reparations. This is, the legal way to do things. Now, it doesn't mean the expulsion of the Israelis, like, the French colonialists, went back to France, after the Algerian Revolution of 1962. There's no place, for the Israelis to go to. It's not the same kind of colonization that occurred in Algeria. Not even the same, as occurred in South Africa. It's a rather unique situation because you have an oppressed nation that is manipulated into becoming mercenaries for Western imperialism, and by acting as a Western outpost in the Orient to put down the Jewish Pan-Arabist revolution. Okay, so they tried. They got away with it to some extent in Egypt. But this is not, going to be tolerated. So this is how we avoid a civil war in Palestine by using a judicial apparatus of a tripartite commission nature. And furthermore, there's other sort of aspects to do to consider, because you should realize that half of the Jewish Israeli population are Arabs, Mizrahim, Sephardim, Jewish Arabs who come from either Spain or Morocco or Tunisia or Libya or Egypt or Algeria, Morocco. Well, all of these Jewish Arabs, even if they're not speaking Arabic anymore, the new generation, they're still Arabs. They're still treated as Arabs. They're a lower caste, lower working class, lower middle class, lower strata of the middle class, lower strata of any, class whatsoever, because they are a social order which is discriminated against, by the white Ashkenazim, who only number about, 2 million out of the 6 million, Israeli Jewish population. Why? because half the population of Mizrahim, Jewish Arabs, as mentioned.
Hmm.
Another 2 million are Russians and Ukrainians. So that leaves how many Ashkenazim? Like about 2 million. And they're the ones who manipulate, the power, both in terms of the national bourgeoisie and in terms of the political elite, with, some fig leaves, like a Sephardic, president, from time to time. So, there has to be a program developed, for the Jewish Arabs. They have to be included in the pan-Arabist, revolutionary socialist process that is being undertaken in the name of Nasser, in the name of Gaddafi. But there
Yeah.
has not been a program for the Jewish Arabs up to this point. And it was ignored that the Jewish Arabs were being treated in a discriminatory manner previously by the previous Arab states. And their status was even called dhimmi, and they had to pay a special tax for protection from the state, whereas everybody else didn't have to. They were not allowed to, join in the military. They couldn't learn how to defend themselves either. This is forbidden to the Jewish Arab population. So this has to be abolished.
Yep.
That's all the Ottoman Empire, uh, um, sort of history. That has to be recognized, for what it is. Discrimination has to be abolished. In the Arab countries, the Arab countries have to offer the right of return for the Jewish citizens that were there before. And actually, Libya had already done so. And that was organizing a Jewish autonomous territory in Libya when the civil war was breaking out on behalf of the Left Tahor Jewish ultra-Orthodox community that was anti-Zionist and were being expelled and harassed, in various countries. And we were going to set up a village, for them on the Mediterranean, just outside of Tripoli. That all fell through,
Oh,
unfortunately.
wow.
But Saif al-Islam al-Gaddafi, the son of Gaddafi, is available to become president, and he's the most favored candidate there too. So if there were elections and he were allowed to be candidate for the presidency, he would win. Then it could bring back the Shamaria. And then we could bring back, the Jewish autonomous territory of Libya as well. So
Wow.
that would be the beginning of a program for these Mizrahim, the Jewish Arabs. And also we have to provide for those Jewish Arabs who want to integrate into Palestine, remain there, and provide them with the equal opportunity as is the necessity for the Palestinians as well. So the book in Arabic edition now is circulating in Nablus, Palestine. So it made it into Palestine, sort of very underground way, actually, because books are more powerful than bombs.
Yeah.
Now the book is there. So I think.
Oh. Oh, crap. Shit. What the fuck happened? Did his internet cut out? Crap. It won't let me add him back on. Let me kick him out from the studio and then try to re-add him back on. Yes. Okay. And then. Okay. See. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. I remember. Netanyahu was like saying some shit like, oh, Hitler didn't hate the Jews. It was a Muslim that convinced him. Why wouldn't it let me add in Dr. Weizfeld for some odd fucking reason? Let me do this. Let me reload my thing. Okay, let's see.
I'm back.
My thing is currently loading. Trying to see. Can you hear
I'm
me?
here. I'm here. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I can't hear you from my side until now.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's go to the next
All
question.
right, where were we? You were talking about the
Oh yeah, what
Libyan
was cut off from me?
election, then something of the sort. And then you said establishing like that autonomous state or something of the sort.
Oh yes. If Saif al-Islam al-Gaddafi, can win
And
the
then you
presidency
cut
again,
out like
and
randomly.
the Jamahiri can be brought back, then the proposal for a Jewish autonomous territory in Libya could be established. That would be anti-Zionist, and it would include the Lev Tahor group, which had asked me to intervene on their behalf to establish such a territory, and fell apart during the beginning of the Civil War. But maybe now we can restore that project. So, what kind of question should we take up now?
Wait, what? Can you repeat that again? Damn, my thing's fucking up on me.
All right, guys, it begins. It begins. You have the left face is now being loud, aggressive.
Okay. I don't know why it's not wanting me to add Dr. Weizfeld back onto this thing. It's my Wi-Fi. God damn it. Why is it not wanting to allow him in? Okay, try the same thing I did last time. Kick him from the studio. Then oh no wait, no, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Yes. I got him. I got him back, guys. Oh shit. So what did you ask before my Wi-Fi basically just like fucked with me?
Okay, next question. This is good Arabic coffee. Has to be boiled.
Oh. So all right. So what was I gonna ask? Oh nice. So my first question, not my first question. God damn it. Sorry. Okay, what was I gonna ask? I was gonna ask this joke question. So do you believe that people's war against swing sets is universal? So, do you believe that people's war against
People's war against what?
swing sets?
I don't understand that. What is that again? Swing set? What is that? I don't know what that word is.
Oh crap.
Swing sets.
So basically, it's a joke on Dr. Phil, where Black Redguard was accused of putting a bomb in this Karen's like swing set playground in her backyard, and it supposedly blew up or something like that. So there's been a joke with Maoists and basically the communist community,
Oh,
people's war against swing sets. So
you mean children's playgrounds?
yeah.
That's what we call them here. Uh, the question, yeah. Well, this is a question, for Palestine as well. Because there has been bombings, of public places in uh, in Israel, 48 Israel. A bus was bombed one time. In the
God.
Algerian War, if you watch the film The Battle of Algiers, you can see that the
Mhm.
FLN, the Front de Libération Nationale, the Front de Libération Nationale, the National Liberation Front of Algeria, they placed bombs in cafes, where young swingers, went to dance and stuff like that, and dance to jukeboxes at the time and drink coffee like I'm just doing.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
so the question of uh, terror against civilians is not admissible. The strategy of national liberation does not include destroying the uh, the the people that imperialism has been able to manipulate into its service, but rather is resistance against the state, against the authority of the state, against the agents of the state, which includes the military and the police.
Mhm.
So, in the Israel context, in the West Bank, the Zionist colonists are agents of the state, even though they're
Yeah.
civilians at the same time.
Mhm.
If they are armed, then they are dangerous. They have to be dealt with as such. I've had two confrontations with
Oh, I
Zionist
remember.
colonists
I heard about it. I saw a video
who
where you got shot with
who
rubber bullets.
tried to stop us from demonstrating, basically,
Mhm.
and use their guns to do so. The first one was at Hawara, the entranceway, the village, the entranceway into Nablus, which
Mhm.
is controlled by the military occupation. And we were demonstrating in solidarity with the prisoners' hunger strike at the time in 2018.
Oh wow.
So we walk down the street, we're closing off traffic, which is what you're supposed to do in a demonstration, to make your presence felt. But in Palestine, you do that, like, it's not the same thing as doing it, like anywhere else, because you don't get just, police coming, you get, the military.
Yeah.
And in this case, because the territory was so squeezed in, that the Palestinians and the Zionist colonists, were using the same stretch of highway in order to get, to their villages.
Oh yeah.
So there was this, one colonist, Orthodox guy, by himself in his car, driving through in a white Saab vehicle, and everything was stopped. Traffic was stopped because of the demonstration. and we're going over into the left side of the highway where the oncoming traffic was coming. And there was fewer of us there, and so he was thinking that he could plow through our demonstration because there were fewer demonstrators on that side. And so he lurches into the demonstrators. Two people go flying into the air, stops.
Oh, yeah.
Then at the same time, a Palestinian ambulance, crosses over the median into that section of the highway and trying to get into the front of the demonstration where they think they might be needed. And so this guy, after he stops, decides he's going to go lurching forward again, and he hits the ambulance that's crossing over.
Ooh.
So I'm doing a video of all this, and then I realize, this guy cannot get away with this. And so I zoom in on him and I get his license plate number. At the
Oh.
same time, some Palestinians, because he had a Palestinian ambulance, threw some stones at his front windshield, but it didn't get broken. It was like nothing. And then he ran
Damn.
away. So this
Broken.
guy pulls out a handgun, looks around, for any Palestinian that he can shoot. There was no Palestinians in front. So he turns around. And as he's turning around, I can see the gun, and it's in my video. And he's like looking at me, So I figure I better hide. So I hide behind a car, but I keep the video going. And
Oh
he keeps on
God.
turning around. And he turns around to the back. And he finally finds some people, that he can see out the back window of his vehicle. And he shoots 3 shots,
Ooh.
claiming that he's fearing for his life. Just because he can't get away, because he had a Palestinian ambulance. So that, like one bullet, hits a journalist in his hand, that was working in the background there. Another bullet hits a young guy whose name is...
Ah, shit. Damn, the CIA got him. Mossad got him. Mossad is not wanting anti-Zionist voices, so they're screwing up with his connection, Mossad got him. Them sons of bitches. Wait. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna wait. Or just do the kick him out of the studio and then get him back in. Oh my god, it's so hilarious. Ah, this shit's annoying. Yeah, Mossad's fucking with his Wi-Fi. It's confirmed. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're gonna wait. Because Mossad doesn't want anti-Zionist voices,
Okay.
Great, Dr. Weizfeld is back. Mossad cannot stop him from coming onto my show,
Okay, so just to finish the account of this very important story.
He shot a journalist, then he shot this one guy, and you were about to give us the name.
Mustafa was shot and he was killed. A young guy who wasn't even part of the demonstration. So
Damn.
Then the military comes and puts their vehicle in front of the white Saab car, with the colonists inside there to protect him, And then they force the Palestinian ambulance to leave, and then they allow this guy to leave with his gun. But because I had a video of his license plate number, it went to the media. The media asked, whether or not the police were going to arrest this guy because he killed somebody after all, who was no threat whatsoever. Okay, so became reported that the police actually went to this guy who was in the colony of Yitzhar.
Oh shit. Yep. Mossad's at it again. It just fucked Dr. Weisfeld's thing again. Oh shit. Damn. Oh wait. Try again. Oh wait, Dr. Weiss. Oh wait, let's see. Let me kick out this one that's currently in the stream. And let's see, re-add him. That one's muted, so I'm gonna kick them from the studio. Let's see. Why the fuck is it? Ay, Dios mío. Mossad? Okay, guys, this is the reason why Israel should not exist. Okay, guys? I'll just say that. Okay, let me try this again. Kick him out of the studio. And then he'll come back because Mossad's always going to try doing that. Got his license plate. Then the media was asking him questions. Yada yada. And okay, I'm just going to extend the stream for like 10 more minutes. Because, you know, Mossad keeps fucking with it. But let's see. They just don't like anti-Zionist voices. Wait, it's loading. His thing's loading. Came into the studio. Ay, Dios mío. Why does it keep saying that I can't add him on? Son of a bitch. YouTube and Google doing censorship, you know. Oh shit. Alright. Sorry for having to do this. I'm gonna basically do this again. I'm just gonna have to kick him out again because it's not even mine to show him. Son of a bitch. Ah. Why? There is no Israel. Google and YouTube don't want people to know anti-Zionism isn't anti-Semitism. Yep, that's a fact. Son of a bitch. Okay, I'm just gonna reload my Fang so it could let me do this. Shit, my face. No. Ew, no. Y'all have to see me in my ugly ass bonnet. Sorry. Why are you not wanting Dr. Weizfeld on? Hey, I think Mossad's also fucking with StreamYard. Damn. Son of a bitch. Do it again. This thing's being a bitch. Why? Is this thing keep fucking with me? Okay. Well, I can care less about the equipment because I don't really do this a lot, so, you know. Okay. Do I have to be logged into StreamYard as a guest, or should I? So, I don't know why it keeps. Damn it, Nat, why are you misspelling it? Why are you misspelling it? Okay. Why is it? Son of a bitch. Okay. Alright. cancel. Let me do something. Why is it? Okay. Son of a bitch. Why is it not working? If you have to make a new stream, we could probably do. Alright, let me do this again. Sorry, I'm gonna have to kick Weizfeld, Dr. Weizfeld for like the 10th time. Shit. Alright, trying again. I did not misspell it. There's more than one way to spell it in English. If you have to make a new stream, we could follow you there, but I don't know. I think it's mostly because my internet keeps fucking with me. It's weird. Oh shit. Death to America. Ugh. The thing is really annoying. I don't know. I just got shitty Wi-Fi here in my state. Because I live in a liberal shithole, so, you know, it's very liberal. And very much a shithole. Oh, it's also the United States, so it's definitely going to be a shithole, so, you know. I think, like, I'm coming through fine, but for some reason, it's whenever Dr. Weisfeld is coming in, joining into the stream, it shows his camera off, then it just only gives me 3 options: edit his nickname, kick him from the studio, or ban him. And for some reason, it keeps fucking doing that, and it keeps irking the fuck out of me. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I just don't. It makes absolutely no sense. I hope next time, I'm basically feel like there's gonna have to be a next time where we're gonna have to do this stream all over again because it's damn Mossad. It's a running joke whenever basically we're just gonna have this thing annoy the fuck out of us. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the stream. Who said I was getting rid of deleting this shit? No, not happening. Alright, so let's see. I know. I don't really need equipment, especially a black box mask, because I'm really just never really going to show up my face. Yeah, you mean broke, not poor. There's a difference between poor and broke. And also, are we supposed to be abolishing money, you know? Abolish money, not gonna lie. Oh, wait. Let's see. We'll come for. Oh, son of a bitch. Sorry. I'm cussing up a whole storm up here. Yep, it's just not working. It's literally refusing to work. Let me show Dr. Weizfeld what I mean. Alright. Okay. Screenshot. Why is it? Screenshot. Okay. Okay, let's see. Trying this again. Can't get my mic and camera to turn on here. Yeah. For some reason, it's not doing that. I'm trying to let you in. I'm trying to, but it won't let me let you in. I sent you a picture of what it keeps showing me. Yeah, but it's hard for me to stream on Zoom, though. I would have to basically, like, kind of like screen record from Zoom, but it's not live, yeah. Like, I've seen people do, like, oh, they went live on Zoom. Okay. Is it okay if I end the stream, Doctor, or no? I'm just gonna wait for his response. Oh, I think I have an unlimited thing, so don't worry. Nah, I'm not really broke, really. I'm kind of like I kind of have like enough money for like an average teenager, you know? Like from the last time I counted, I have like $500 on me or more than that, but then I spent it all. No, because for some reason it worked for me when I went for like 3 or 5 hours, so so I'll just end it right here. We're gonna try rescheduling and doing another one, but it's not gonna be a live stream. So if you have any question, oh shit, wait, let me check. Special attention for me, yeah. So we're gonna retrying to do this, and basically we're gonna try doing it on Zoom. We're gonna try redoing this. If you have any questions you want to send, DM me on Discord or just put it in the comment section. Mostly put it in the comment section because I read the comments. So, let's see. Shit. Oh, well, in a bit. Okay. Then that will help. Falcon Bankroll. Okay. See you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I don't know. I will basically tell y'all the date privately, but Okay, I gotta go. Bye, y'all. See you next time.